Okay, cool. So I'm actually scared right now, guys. Eugene's seen something kind of frightening, and we're not sure if you guys are ready for it, but it's that comic show. So,
Got you.
I'm deceptively awesome. I can't even talk. I'm that shooken up by what I just witnessed. I'm deceptively awesome. Who are you?
C. Sam's.
And you?
Mano, aka I Am Legend.
Nice. Okay, guys. So YouTube is not playing any games, so we might have to be very vague on what we saw. But it has something to do with a war that could go on for infinity. So, what do you think? I'm not sure if you guys seen it, but what is your initial reaction? What's the positive to what?
I gotta give you a rundown of my day,
place?
of how my day went.
Okay.
So
Let's start with that.
So after watching the Thor Ragnarok trailer, I'm like, you know what? There's not another trailer that I could watch that could top this. Thor Ragnarok trailer is probably the best trailer I've ever seen. There'll never be nothing that passed that. And then this morning happened, and then the ninjas at Comic-Con found a way to release the footage of Infinity War. And when I have to say it was so amazing, it was mind-blowing. I have never seen nothing like it. Even the first Avengers trailer, it was okay. But this was great. This is greatness. This is going to be special. It's going to be special.
Let me take it back for you guys right quick. In 2008, May of 2008, I sat in a movie theater and I watched Iron Man for the very first time. I was the only person that sat throughout the entire thing because I wasn't sure what I just witnessed. And then Nick Fury stepped on and told me about the Avengers initiative. From that moment on, I knew we were going to get something big. Skip ahead, 2012. I sat through Avengers and I saw my man Thanos turn his head and smile. I knew from then the real villain of the MCU is Thanos. I look at it like this. You play a video game, you're going to beat a bunch of mini bosses before you get to the final boss. Thanos is the final boss.
And he's here.
And he's here.
He's here now.
The moment he stepped through that portal and he was walking, I have never seen, to this day, a villain that is carved directly out of the comic books onto the big screen. If you could tell me a villain who looks exactly like the comic book, please share it with me. The heroes, I'm not talking about heroes because the heroes are always nailed to perfection.
Galactus is pretty good in Fantastic Four. I mean, the Cloud.
And truthfully, for this video, the heroes was getting their butts kicked anyway, so they didn't look
This, I think this is the movie where all the critics who say, oh, there's no stakes for these Marvel movies, everything is campy, everything is like gum-dropping lollipops. I think this movie is going to shut you up because this is 10 years. 10 years of storytelling and the comic book continuous thread that Marvel started in 2008 all ends in 2018. I'm sorry, Marvel, the MCU is the greatest, single-handedly the greatest comic book movie studio, the greatest movie studio of all time. I'm sorry, Star Wars is up there, and I have respect for Star Wars. But for a movie franchise that only come in 10 years and change the industry the way the MCU did, and we're about to see everything culminate in this particular movie, there's nothing more you can say, man.
Definitely the MCU has been just straight visionaries. Because, like you said, this is 10 years in the making that we're watching this whole thing come to play. My gripe, I don't mean to step on anybody's toes, especially my own toes, but DC, this is the problem I have with DC. This is what they should look at. Marvel said, we are going to do this. Whether they are on board or they are not on board, this is what we're going to do. DC, that's all you guys got to do. You guys got fabulous cartoon movies. Just make that. Just do that. And that's pretty much what Marvel said that they were going to do. Because you're absolutely right. This Thanos is straight from the comic book. But it wasn't so much of his image to me. It was his presence that got me. It was the way his mannerisms were. And that he said, look, I'm here. The Infinity Stones are here. It's time for me to bend the reality. And everybody coming together. This is how you really unite, DC. This is all in. We are all in. We've been in this for 10 years. And I think we all could agree at this table. Our sole reason for living right now is to see Infinity War.
Facts. It's a real quick. To add to that point, that my man DA just said, DA, DC, we're going to figure out your acronyms.
There's something awesome for now.
All right. DC, I understand that you have a lot on your plate right now. But I promise you, and I've said this before, and I've after BVS, I took a hiatus and I came back to you guys because I want you guys to succeed. I promise you, if you do not deliver on Dark Side, we're through.
He's breaking up with you.
Wait, you waiting to Dark Side?
I am going to wait until Dark Side. I might be waiting for a long time, yes. But you know something?
Probably be in the next one.
This movie that's about to come out, I am so excited for it. And I'm shaking, waiting for this movie. It's coming out in less than a year. And I get to see everything that I've watched for 10 years all on the big screen. And it's going to be one guy that's bringing them all together. If you ever read my favorite comic books, The Thanos Quest, Infinity Gauntlet. Those are my favorite comic books because you see the viciousness of one character in Thanos. And you saw, he gets the Infinity.
Hey man,
All because he was.
Come on.
That's definitely a spoiler.
Spoiler.
That's in the comic books.
But come on, man. We don't know.
People know. Is he gonna snap? We don't know.
Yeah, he might make a fart.
That's what he does.
All right, so am I gonna cut that out? Should I cut that out?
You guys tell us in the comments whether we should cut that out.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I'll mute
it. Even better.
There you go.
Even better.
If you just came back to audio, Corey says
a major bomb.
I just dropped it.
and we don't want to spoil it for you guys, but
happens.
maybe the theories we are going to spoil it anyway.
Okay, so let's get to the theories portion.
Yeah.
All right.
So one of my theories for this whole movie, and this is what I've been saying and harping about, is Stan Lee. I think Stan Lee is the key, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Stan Lee is going to be either the Watcher, one of the Watchers, or the one above all. And I think, because we all know, well, Stan Lee made it clear that out of the whole Marvel universe, Spider-Man is his favorite character because anybody could be Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Now, Spider-Man is in this movie. So will Stan Lee. I think, I don't know if you're going to mute it here, but what he spoiled before, I think that does happen. And I think that Stan Lee is going to be the one above all where Spider-Man meets and they have a discussion about this whole thing and how he's always, his cameos is just the one above all's kind of being in the Marvel universe, which he kind of does in the comic book. So that's my speculation. And I think that might kind of...
Let me add some validity to your speculation.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The Stan Lee cameo. Stan Lee, this might be spoilers.
No, Guardians.
It's been a while.
If you didn't see it, too bad.
Now this guy want to stop and think about it. So go ahead.
You done yelled at me. Basically, Stan Lee is actually talking to the Watchers. In that part. He's actually telling them all of his cameos throughout Earth's history. He's telling the Watchers, and we actually see the Watchers. Now, if you always know, the comic books, there's always one Watcher. And there was about 3 of them, I believe. Mm-hmm. So there's something has to happen to those 3 for there to be one Watcher left. But I also agree with your speculation and with your theory. Stan Lee is the one above all. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is the one above all. And we're going to see that loud and clear for this movie.
I agree with that. And my speculation is the characters that we don't see in the trailer will be the reason why they win in the second movie. I've realized after what Corey mentioned that that's going to happen. A lot of the characters we won't see anymore. Spider-Man probably, Iron Man, Captain America. But characters like Miss Marvel and Man and Wasp, which wasn't in this trailer, and also Hulk, who we didn't see, will come back and help defeat Thanos.
He was in the early part of the trailer. They showed
Did you
his
see him?
they
I didn't
showed
see
his
him.
face. But then again, I might be going
That
crazy.
was
You know what? I
Thor.
might be going crazy.
That was Thor's face, but
I'm still on. So real quick, my theory, and this is what I've been saying this whole time. I believe this particular movie is going to be the Thanos quest. I believe that we're going to see Thanos get each and every one of these stones because I don't think you could fit all that into 2 hours. I think we're going to see Thanos. We're going to begin this movie with Thanos, and this is going to be Thanos' movie, and his co-stars are going to be everybody else. I think it's going to be Thanos' movie, and at the end of this movie, Thanos is going to do something. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna open the second movie still in this war. I don't think this war is going to be over in one movie. I don't see that happening.
Agreed. So, with the footage that we've seen, give it a rating.
very shaky cam. Even, you know what? Shout out to the person that took that picture, the camera view. It was great. You should have moved the
lady at the head. You should just kind of.
But you know what? I still seen a lot. I give it 12 out of 10. Easily.
He took my score. Whenever I give something a 12 out of 10, 12 is my favorite number. So whenever I give something a 12 out of 10, that means that it is beyond what I expected. So yeah, 12 out of 10. You know what? 24 out of 10.
Oh, you
36 out of 10.
Oh, thank you.
48 out of 10. 60 out of 10.
Nice.
72 out of 10.
You're done? Or-
84 out of 10.
Okay,
I'm done.
I'm done. I give it just a straight, deceptively awesome. It was all across the board great, perfect. Can't argue. I don't care. I can't say it's not too much CGI. I love it. Everything about it, I love. So.
Good. Any other thoughts about it?
No. YouTube, don't take this down, please. Just leave it in the.
We don't even have
We
it.
didn't spoil too much.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we didn't spoil too much.
I mean, we didn't tell you about, Doctor Strange part in it. We didn't tell you
about that. Well, you just did.
It's that comic show, everyone.
We out.
We out.